Hi, this is Tutor Nick P, and this is Idioms 276. The idiom today is to stake a claim. Okay, let's take a look at the note here. If someone stakes a claim, he or she states that they have a right to claim something as one's own or as their own. This can be done officially by legally registering a claim on something, like going to court and doing, especially if it was land or property or something like that, you probably would do it that way. Or figuratively, as claiming dibs on it. Well, if it was among a number of people and you say, well, that's mine, I want that, or I said it first, so maybe you think you have a right to have it, then you can claim dibs on it, so you could try to stake a claim on it that way too. All right, let's continue. The origin of the phrase goes back to the 1800s. The U.S. had a number of occasions that caused land rushes. People trying to rush to, the government was willing to give land away for free, if people would only, produce something on it or help grow something on it. So that's why it became a land rush. When things are given away for free, that's what will probably happen. When the government encouraged people to claim unsettled land. Yeah, I think this also happened during the gold rush in the middle of the 1800s too. A lot of area around California, some people tried to claim. This was done often by literally driving a stake. All right, what do we mean by a stake? Stake is a pointed stick or pole. So you're just pointing, you just hammer it into the ground. That's what we mean by a stake. Yeah, we use it for other things too. I mean, in all the Dracula movies, that's always the way to kill a vampire. You can put a stake through its heart, that stick with the pointy end. Or the pole, in the Middle Ages, sometimes they would burn people at the stake. So it has to have at least one really sharp pointy end that's kind of, put into the ground to try to stand firmly. All right, so that's what they did, driving a stake into the land as an official claim. So that's how they did it. They really did it where they kind of like had a race that day, and whoever could get to that piece of land first, they could stake a claim. They could put that piece of the sign with their name on it in the land, and they got it. It's kind of funny to think it was done that way. So nowadays, forget it, all the good land is really gone. This is almost unheard of today. I remember a few years back, I think Putin in Russia was willing to give some land away in Siberia, but that's what we're down to today, the frozen land in Siberia. He was willing to give some away if somebody would produce something on it. I don't know how many takers he got, but all the good land is already taken on most of the earth, unfortunately. Anyway, let's continue. Anyway, this can be witnessed, like these land rushes. This can be witnessed in the movie Far and Away. It was in the 1990s. It's very famous. It was, I remember it had Tom Cruise, okay, and Nicole Kidman. I think that's where they actually met in that movie, where they fell in love and they got married, and they were married for, I don't know, about 10 years or so, until they finally broke up, unfortunately. But that's where they actually met, which took place during the 1893 Oklahoma land rush. So that was based on kind of a true story, that there was the Oklahoma land rush at that time. So that was around 1893 when that was the time period that movie was taking place. Okay, let's continue. All right, so we have 3 examples here. According to an international agreement, no country can stake a claim on the moon or any part of the moon. So that means, like, officially they're not allowed to, go to the moon, even though supposedly in 1969, when the U.S. did go to the moon, that we did put a flag in it, but it wasn't really claiming the moon. But they're saying you can't do that, not legally. So that's an official one. All right, the second one, a little bit more of a joke here. Sally staked a claim to the most handsome man at the party. She told the other girls, hands off, he's mine, so I don't know if they would ever listen to Sally anyway, but, we could say that somebody tried to do this. They tried to stake a claim on somebody, maybe, or something. All right, and number 3 here, Jane's sister staked a claim to her father's antique furniture after he died. Yeah, I'm not sure. This is probably among family members. You know, if nothing was actually put in a will, then, you know, it's among the family members. Some of them may try to stake a claim on something that's, you know, left behind. Okay, anyway, I hope you got it. I hope it's clear. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it was informative. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.